There we go. All right. Yeah, we're
There you
live.
go.
Oh, my Lord. So if you just missed it, everyone just missed it. Yeah, we just had a whole, 30, 45 seconds, 2 minutes, 3 minutes of us just talking, and we didn't realize we weren't even on.
Yep.
So that was fun.
Yeah.
Party two. But what's going on? I'm Joe from Different Take, as you all probably know if you're tuning in. And this is Joe Zakrzewski, good friend of mine from the Red River Horror Podcast. Joe, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Joe, Red River Joe from the Red River Horror Podcast. Thanks for having me, Joe. And then anybody checking this out, if you got a free moment, feel free to check out our website, redriverhorror.com, for some. We got some great movie reviews on there. Some of them that are exclusive before other reviews, like they're at the same time as press releases. Um, and hopefully, we're building some more to it. But the podcast is a lot of fun. We do a lot of diverse things, from movies, books. We're going to be doing some art and video games coming up.
Oh,
One
cool.
of the things,
Cool.
and then true haunting stories and other weird stuff. So not going full deep into like true crime, but I guess like you could say true ghost story.
Ah, yeah. Yeah, okay,
So
cool. That's
yeah,
pretty cool. Yeah, I know you guys done ghost stories a bunch of times, which is pretty cool.
yeah.
And you did interview the writer of Halloween 6, correct?
Daniel Farrens, yeah, he came on and did an interview with us, and that was really cool,
I can
especially
imagine.
hearing directly from the guy who wrote the script. How many times it got changed and what his original vision was for it. And it's pretty different from what you get on screen. And it's
Interesting.
almost like you just really wish that the Weinsteins gave him a shot at making the movie that they wanted to. But I mean, his stories from the set are pretty cool because he hung out on set a bunch. It was pretty much like the entire cast and crew was all under like 26.
Wow.
Like they were having a good time.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's real cool. This is I wish we were watching Halloween 6, but actually I don't know. I like both, so I don't really
Yeah.
doesn't really matter which one we watch, to be honest with you.
Well, I'm excited
But
for this one, Joe, because um, I haven't watched. So I kept putting it off, and I just never did it. Last year, when we were talking about the Halloween franchise, and you're talking about how much four has grown
yeah.
on you, and then um, joining that Killer Flicks group, seeing how many people really love this movie,
Mhm.
I'm like, I got to give it another fair shot. And it's like every time I've watched it, it was kind of like, you know what, I should. I've never sat down and really just paid attention and watched it.
Yeah, I'm glad you're doing it because and we're doing it now because I always lumped it in with 5. I just always paired them up together, 5 and 4. I just thought they were the same thing.
Mm,
Because I think they were always a double feature on AMC. So it's like
right.
kind of like they were like the low rent Halloween movies with the the Party City mask that he's wearing in Halloween 4. So I always kind of just like put it off. And then I've heard a few channels talk about it that I follow, and just eventually was like, what, let me just give it a shot and see what the hell some people are talking about. Because it wasn't everybody; it was just a few people.
Yeah.
And then I watched it and I was like, wow, this is so much better than I realized. Now, it's not as scary, but it's a little more action oriented. It kind of picks the pace a little bit. And the mask isn't great. And he wears like the little shoulder pads that they had him wear to make him look bigger than he actually is, but it looks goofy. But and I don't really like the way he moves. But other than that, I mean, it's a lot better than the other ones and better than I think we give credit for. So,
Yeah.
um,
I mean, that's what I'm looking forward to it. It's like, a fresh start, some fresh eyes on it, changing things up. Because I used to give, it's like we're at the point where, hey, thank you, Mark
hey,
Chase.
hey, thank you, Mark. Mark's a cool dude. Mark's
That's
always
awesome.
comment on videos and
Appreciate it.
stuff. So that's awesome. Thank you,
Um,
Mark.
so that like, what year did the first Halloween come out?
1978.
Okay. What year did Halloween for the Return of Michael Myers come out?
Oh God, what was it like? Is it like 87 or
It's
like 80,
88.
88? Yeah.
And then what came out in 1998?
Oh, was it H2O, right?
Yes, and then so it seems like every 10 years we have this restart to the storyline that is
Yeah.
Halloween. And I'm gonna like that's the way I'm going into this now as its own separate thing, which I've always known, but I'm, just giving in and going with the flow for the yeah, women horror run. Yeah.
There you go.
going with the flow and gonna vibe on the Jamie story or the yeah.
Jamie, yeah, and that's a thing that people if people are watching Halloween before or like slumping in with 5, realize that like even though they show the tattoo in 5, they don't really go into the whole cult stuff until 6. But a lot of people lump them all together. 4, 5, and 6 is the Thorn trilogy,
Mm.
but there's no mention at all of any sort of Thorn stuff in the 4th one, which is cool because it just stands alone as a sort of like a sequel to 2, then just going in a different direction of just Jamie Lloyd and
Yeah.
sort of everything. So, um,
So like that's the other thing, when we talk
oh,
about like
your
the
audio just cracked real bad,
oh
real
my
bad.
bad, dude.
That's all good.
When I talk
You fell
about
down.
the Halloween franchise, I always just like what if it did become an anthology. And so I looked into what this one could have been had they had not done the return of Michael Myers, and like the idea was going something like supernatural kind of ghost story.
Yeah, I mean,
So
look at it this way. I mean, it's such an established franchise, and Myers is such an established name. I think the direction of the franchise should be, and going forward is essentially making Myers like James Bond of horror. So make it its own anthology series because you can't. It's too late to do it now. So you can still do an anthology series. You just got to call it something else because it's
what?
just so associated with Michael Myers. So why not just
No.
every couple of years just make something different?
Well, every 10 years you start a new timeline to the
Yeah,
Michael Myers story.
they've already been doing it, so you might as
Yeah,
well.
let's keep branching.
Yeah, exactly.
You can even
Exactly.
throw in the zombie one because that's 10 years. That's well, it's 2007, 2009, but that's like the median's 2008. So
Yeah, that's cool. That's true. Let's how far are we into this? Good couple minutes. So we probably should just get started here, should
yeah,
we?
man.
Okay. Anything else we got to take care of before we get going? I don't think so. Red River Horror
Let's
podcast. Go
wrap her.
RedRiverHorror.com. All that good stuff. All right.
Try it out.
All right. So when we're gonna count down 3, 2, 1, play, and that's where we're gonna hit play. So if you're watching along the same time later, if it's a podcast or live stream, or if you're just watching this later on, just hit play when we say play,
Mm-hmm.
and then it'll sync up. And
Well, I'm ready.
I'll have the audio faintly playing in the background, just a smidge. So hopefully we won't get in trouble for any copyright stuff. But all right, we're at the 0, 0 mark now. So I'm gonna say 3, 2, 1, and then play, and then we're off.
All
Every now
right.
and then I'll give little timestamps to kind of keep us going. All right.
All right. Okay. Let me make sure.
Yeah, let me
All
know when
right.
you're ready.
Ready.
All right. 3, 2, 1, play. Yeah, it was like a little delay there, but I'm sure it'll be okay. So I'm at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that second mark. Where's the remote for TV? There we go. I love, dude.
So it's
Talk
like
about
here is the coolest part about it is like Donald Pleasance being in it, and this I guess this you could call this like the Mustafa Akkad trilogy.
yeah,
Like he was a part of all of it, but like he was all three of these. I think 6 is in memoriam to him, right?
yeah, pretty much. He was executive producer on all of them. I love, dude. Let's talk about real quick the entrance, the whole credit sequence here
You know what
has
this
some of
is?
the best atmosphere I've ever seen.
Yeah, and you know what? That's what I was catching when I was like just checking on this, making sure that my copy was good. It was like I'm like, oh, you know what? This is like a perfect Halloween vibe opening.
Yeah,
You
oh,
know,
absolutely.
for like rural Illinois, I guess. We got the pitchforks and the barns and the
Yeah,
scarecrow thingy. That's a scarecrow.
yes, and it's like just a like that little sound. It's not even like any music playing, nothing. It's just got this little, just like
Uh-huh.
as
Yeah,
Loomis
just
would say,
the wind blowing
the
through.
sound of evil, the evil Michael Myers.
It's a good one.
Oh my god.
You get
Yeah,
the
yeah,
classic score coming in.
yeah. Mustafa Akkad is the executive producer, and then
Mm.
I think eventually he passed away somewhat recently. His son is like, there you go. His son is like the executive producer now, one of the producers. I don't know, but yeah. Ooh.
So it's like I like how they're doing like it's like a redoing the first one with this dark and gloomy, rain, hospital, transport. But he's not getting transported in the first one. He just breaks out.
Ooh, that audio just bad, real bad again. It's all good. It's all good. It's our first time doing this sort of, you know,
Yeah.
live streaming, so
Well, I'm without some of my gear, so
all good.
making do. You never forget the faces, Joe. Hope you remember that.
This guy. This guy's always like, yeah. This actor, yeah. Evil's here. Wasn't he in like? Wasn't that the dude from Ace Ventura? One of the guys. As he got older, he's like one of the cops, wasn't he?
I don't think so.
I don't know.
That's only like a 5-year difference from here to Ace Ventura.
True.
He's just laying on the accent.
He's real like serious about it too. Like he's like extra heavy with the guy with the dialogue. Like this dude's like a horror writer. He's not like a security officer at some asylum or whatever.
Yeah, this is how we talk out in suburban Illinois. Welcome to hell.
Here he goes again. Welcome to hell.
But I could give him credit. I mean, that's how it was written. He's locked in.
You know what? It's a good thing they don't have to do any sort of medical procedures in this, level of the hospital because the lighting is spectacular. But I do like the Midnight Blues.
Check him out.
All right, I got it synced up, so I could probably turn it up a little bit now. Just a smidge. So I can hear it a little bit on your end. So that's enough for me.
Okay.
I think there's a jump scare coming up. It's got to be, or at least a little bit, a little stinger. His blood pressure reads evil.
Free hand.
I'd assume Dr. Loomis would be here.
Yeah, you think
Michael
you
Myers
would?
is still his
Mhm.
patient.
Loomis read memos, he'd be here. Fortunately, his position is more ceremonial than medical. Myers gone? My hope is that he'll either transfer, retire, or die.
Well, that's sweet of him.
Yeah. I guess he's not a fan of Loomis.
Like, maybe he should have just probably said like, "Oh, well, I'm not telling Loomis. Like, I'm not like, I
Yeah.
didn't tell him I'm doing this."
The classics. Nice little score in there.
This is now this part right here when they start the process of moving him, and that's when it kicks in the audio, like that theme. That's get all jacked up on Mountain Dew and that. I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew, Chip. Just get your blood rushing. Woo!
Like, is it a good idea to transfer this guy on October 30th in the rain?
Every time, October 30th, every time, it never fails. They said, "Doctor, we have 364 other days to transfer Michael Myers. There's no way we can just move him to maybe January or something."
Yeah. Yeah, you do this in like August.
You would think, but I have a feeling that it's probably better to just.
Here's the thing, like, I don't know if it's how many years. This is supposed to be like the exact same, like 10 years after the first one.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, because this.
Oh, what's up?
I gotta pay attention for one.
I told you, don't touch me again. Oh.
Can you do that? Can you stick your thumb into someone's forehead like that?
Because
you know what, you gotta think he doesn't like trim his nails, so his nails have got to be pretty sharp. Like
Yeah.
nobody's cutting them and filing them. Like they're
he does such finger workouts that like it's like
Yeah.
his grip is so strong.
That is kind of his thing too.
Yeah, right. Mark, just leave him where he's at.
Why move him?
Yeah, Mark says the only thing that's holding this movie back for me is the look of Myers. They've been able to nail this movie. Yeah, absolutely. It's the only thing holding it back.
Yeah, I know that's one of Eddie's big things for
Yeah.
4 and 5. It's just the look is not there.
But to me, it's like there's so many other things wrong with other movies that I can. If that's the only thing, it's like I'm sure it's not the only thing, but it's a major thing. I mean, because the mask in H2O masks multiple.
Yeah.
Aren't that great either. Yeah, there's a CGI mask in there. Right?
I'll bet you didn't know that. You're lucky. I wish you could do the same for me.
And I like the little subtle thing how Michael finds out about them. They're in there. It's like any living relatives, and he just says, yeah, niece. It's like, okay, that's
how they cover it. And it's like the one. Did they get in description, or is that just from like what was written later? It's like how they explain Lori. Or
you'll see it. Yeah,
they do explain that. It's like, oh,
yeah,
like,
she has it right here. Actually, she looks at a picture in a newspaper article or something like that.
Yeah.
Don't leave your window open, child.
And now I've read some stuff where they try and tie this trilogy to H2O, but it doesn't really work.
No,
it's a fresh start.
I wish there's a way to. I mean, I'm sure they have 2 more movies, and I don't know if they did it for this movie, but you don't maybe have to put Jamie Lloyd in there, but if they could get her as an actor just in this, like Halloween Ends or Halloween, just in there somewhere, because she's not only great as Jamie, and she's such a good child actress for that role, but in the horror community, just Danielle Harris is
she played Annie in the Rob Zombie one.
Mm-hmm. And she's in See No Evil 2, and she's in a bunch of stuff. She's always there. It is. There's a picture of Lori.
Yeah.
And I think she saw the newspaper clipping. I'm not sure. I missed it. But yeah, no, Danielle Harris is awesome. So, I mean, it's just. Hello.
There's the shape in the mirror.
There's the Party City shape.
Mm-hmm.
He looks like if he could be like as of like Eastern European descent. He's just like, hello.
What the hell's that supposed to mean?
I don't know. He just has this like, hello, how are you today? Oh man, I remember. What was it? We watched the movie. Those guys said that he. Oh, I forget what they said. They said something like he looked like Data from Star Trek. That's what they said.
Yeah, that's a great description.
Oh my god!
I mean, which is fine, but if you think about it, I mean, the first one was with microwaved Shatner mask, right?
Yeah.
So I mean,
Wait, microwave? Wait, did they really microwave it?
I don't really know if that's the truth, but somehow was it flipped inside out and like melted down a little bit?
They cut the hair and put stuff in the hair. They took the sideburns off and like the from like here out and there, and they painted it white. Maybe give like a little bit of a blue tint. They actually painted it white, but the neck is still the skin color. That's why when you watch it on like in the 78's Halloween, you'll see that the neck is a different color than that's why the face sticks out more. Which I didn't notice till later on, to be honest with you.
Makes sense. William Shatner's going to space.
Like for real?
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, hello. That's one of the scariest things as a kid. Just something being underneath your bed. Oh, there he is. Oh, and there he is. Ooh, that's a cool scene. And I like the slow motion aspect of this shot. I like that. This kid is gonna need some.
Well, she's born with like memories and visions of things that she doesn't know what it looks like. So
Yeah.
It's just in her DNA. This trauma.
It's just Loomis's dialogue.
Mm-hmm.
It's Loomis's stories telling her. No, I don't even know if they even know each other at this point. But yeah.
Well, it's just kind of funny being like, it's just like any relatives, a niece. It's like, yo, I gotta get up out of this ambulance.
Excuse, did you say niece?
Oh, no.
Mark, I got to meet Danielle Harris at Monster Mania. Yeah, see, I heard
That's
so
dope.
cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Daniel Harris is a treasure, national treasure.
Clean one in the laundry room next to your blue glass.
That's a great one. That's like I like that '80s dad move with like the Thai dips in the coffee.
Yeah.
Arlene, like she's
That's not the only
well, there's a clean one in the laundry. It's like, bro, you know where your tie should be.
Get your own stuff there, seriously. And the family's not that bad in here either. Like,
No,
the problem with these '80s horror movies sometimes the families are so shitty.
and I think they're not as annoying. I think you get the Strodes of 6 are kind of a little like
The dad,
probably the worst part of the movie.
the dad's a dick.
Yeah, and why?
I don't. It's just over the top. It's
I think it just builds up because he gets his in like the best way.
yeah.
So,
Which they added. His original death wasn't even that bad. They added more to
no,
it.
what? Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I think tonight Brady was ready to make a commitment.
Ooh, snap. Brady's ready to make commitment. Yeah, commitment to. Yeah, Brady's not bad. Aw. Good job, Rachel.
Gotta give her all the love.
Now go apologize to your sister. Oh, look, the jeans that she wore back then are actually in style now. As
Yeah.
ironic as that is.
So are mullets.
It looks ridiculous. But hey,
I didn't mean it like
you do you, girls,
I could go out with Brady
women,
tomorrow night.
whatever.
It's no big deal.
Let's see.
Well, tonight we're going to do something better. We're going to go trick-or-treating.
Yeah,
No,
Rachel's a
see-
babe, you know? I mean,
Rachel's awesome.
Halloween.
And it's the exact opposite of Tina in 5, who's like, I don't have time to stay with your traumatized ass. I want to go to a party to get laid. It's like, what are you doing?
How about this afternoon I pick you up from school and we go get ice cream?
Rachel's awesome.
Double scoop? Double scoops.
Double scoops? Seriously? Dude, Rachel,
hook it up.
legend.
Joe, if you get 2 scoops on a cone, do you get the same flavor twice or do you mix it up?
It depends on how I'm feeling. I could do either or. I usually like chocolate, so, I'll probably go single, double chocolate, but I'm open to mixing it. Loomis is about to come in here and just, he's about to start attacking people.
Oh, he's fired up.
He's gonna fuck some shit up.
Take it out of here. Christ's sakes.
He called it again.
I've listened to it for a decade.
You try not to use gendered language when referring to people like that.
Subject of federal law. We're not talking about any ordinary prisoner, Hoffman. We are talking about evil on 2 legs.
Oh, he's so good. Pleasance is so
See,
good.
this is useless.
Evil on 2 legs.
Do you know what today is? Do you know the date? Every day I look at myself in the mirror. And every day I remember. Look at me. Hoffman.
I will fucking kill you, Hoffman. You wanna know how I got these scars?
That's exactly what this scene is,
Yeah,
minus the.
Before I think you're the
yeah.
one who needs mental help.
Watch, he's gonna be like, I fucking told you.
Yes, Dr. Hoffman.
I do like the scarring on his face, like because of the fire.
I see.
So it's a good play.
It's a nice,
Thank you.
very,
Good detail.
very small. Like, okay, it's ridiculous, but he got a little singed, a little burned.
It's half his face.
Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, considering the fire literally blew up the entire hospital, and he was in the room where it started. So
Oh, it's fine.
true. Okay, you got me. You convinced me. Whose ass do I have to chew out now? You let the evil out. I love him with his cane and his long trench coat in this. He's not full blown batshit Loomis yet. Batshit Loomis is in 5.
I mean,
He's
five.
rational in 4.
Yeah.
Seriously, he's rational in this movie.
They're all chewed up.
No, Cookie Woman's in 5. Cookie Woman.
It's over. Leave it alone.
Get right in there.
Yeah, it just goes to show you that there's. I guess they already sort of the whole ambulance. Her seeing the ambulance, Jamie.
Mhm.
I guess that's just maybe a small hint at the telekinetic sort of telepathy thing.
I think that's clearly where it's playing, like where she's having visions of him.
He's
Yeah.
gone. Yeah, he's gone.
Eva's gone.
Find him near the body.
Not yet. There's a lot of ground to cover. You won't find him.
So we went from it to he,
Done all
real
that.
quick.
I don't have the energy to continue
No,
that.
Michael could have been thrown from the bus. I've seen bodies thrown 50, 60 feet from a crash site.
Even if by some miracle Michael is conscious, his muscles will be totally useless. Give the troopers a chance to search.
You're talking about him as if he were a human being. That part of him died years ago.
Love it. Love it.
Now where are you going?
Every line Pleasance has.
Field. It's a 4-hour drive. You can reach me through the local police. If you don't find him in 4 hours, sure I will.
Mic drop. Mic drop for Loomis. Oh, I love this scene.
I've always been impressed how someone who is institutionalized as a child knows how to drive a car fairly well
Yeah.
and is really good at directions.
Yeah. I don't know. Like Loomis said, maybe they gave him lessons. You know? But I actually like the look of that.
That's a
Yeah.
great kill.
That's a great kill, and it's a great look, like the way that they have that bandage up. Some people say that they should have went with that look the entire movie.
That would be awesome.
That probably would. It would have been cool. Just
That would
not-
be really cool.
like the whole like overall thing and the jumpsuit thing and then, like the you know just the like the bandages.
Yeah, it's
That
like
would have been eerie.
if you've ever talked to me about like the Friday the 13th movies, it's like why I like part 2 so much is that the mask is just a basic like pillow case
Yeah.
over his face.
Like the town that's dread at sundown.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I still haven't seen that movie. And people are gonna be like, "What?" But I still haven't seen the town that dread at sundown. But
Check it out.
yeah, I liked the baghead. I would call him Sackhead Jason. Sackhead Jason.
Hmm.
He's creepy the way he sort of runs and walks.
He
and
runs.
Yeah.
That stuff terrifies me.
Not much has changed in this location too. I just saw someone posted pictures like the other day of this. It's like a cafe or something, like connected to a garage. Yeah, it still looks very similar. Yeah, they kept the sort of like nothing's too. They kind of kept it grounded in H4, which I like. Like, there's nothing. I mean, besides a few scenes later on, there's nothing really just out of it. Like, there's Michael setting up his little decorations, like he always does.
He likes to hang things,
He's so creative.
Yeah.
He's so creative.
whether it's on a door or up on the hanging from the ceiling.
Hanging from the ceiling, on the door, in the cupboard, on the bed. I just want to see video one day. Just someone just Michael just setting up the decoration. Just like
Yeah.
someone get footage of just like this goes here. This goes here. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. He shops at Michael's.
He just ripped through the whole place.
He took the phones out because Mike is smart. Oh wait, this is a scene coming up that this is such a cool. It's such a odd looking scene. He can just feel his presence, and he just turns and looks. And where's that zoom in? That like, oh, look at that. That's a cool looking scene.
He's got the jumpsuit.
By now,
Perfect.
I loved that. It's such an eerie scene.
you went 10 years.
He drops the can. I love this scene.
Don't go to heaven.
This is where he says the Michael, goddamn you. Or I just say goddamn you, Michael, because we watch the movie. He always says it, so I just always say it that way. Please, motherfucker. I swear to God. Here it is.
God damn you.
Love it. Love it.
Was he ever actually there?
Oh yeah, I just think that they didn't want to show him walking away on screen. I mean, it probably would have been better if they had the camera from behind his shoulder like in each one, and just sort of him just kind of going out of frame. But then you couldn't get the close up of Loomis then. But who knows?
There he goes. Peace out, Boy Scout.
I don't know if he planned it, but that's a hell of a setup there he did. Just took out the entire gas station.
There go the phones.
Exactly.
The
Inadvertently, just Michael's in the car, just like, okay, all right, it works for me.
Peace, bitch. Yeah, I don't think he said that, but you know.
Yeah. Good luck, Loomis.
Mhm.
And then here are the evil kids.
This is when bullies were bullies.
I want to punch these kids in the face.
Poof.
Who are your parents? Jamie will stab you with scissors. Okay? If there's anybody I don't want to mess with.
Just like how like rotten this is. Just like it's,
I know.
Chet, Jamie's an orphan.
Evil children. Who are the parents? Who are the parents?
Like her parents have only been dead for a year.
I know.
It's like
They weren't
it's still
raised right.
fresh for a kid.
If there's anybody you don't want to mess with, it's the descendant of a serial killer. Because they might have that tendency in them to just, maybe stab you with scissors later.
Yeah, kids are dumb.
Yeah,
They're
kids
not
are
thinking.
dumb. Yeah, they are.
That would have been a good concept for one. And like, she does become the shape
Mm-hmm.
and goes around killing, some kind of revenge thing. But
Yeah.
actually, I think that's the way. Looked like that was the way that Zombie was going with the way that Zombie 2 ended.
Yeah.
Where it's just like if there was going to be more, it would be Laurie Strode doing it.
Yeah. And in his first one, he killed Michael killed the kid in the first one.
Yeah.
With the big stick.
Discount mark having to sell Halloween costumes. No, Brady's worth.
That's another thing I wanted to comment on. Daniel Harris's the kid acting, and earlier, just then, like,
Yeah.
dude, she killed it in this movie.
Oh yeah. You give her credit.
Won't come on too strong. Well, I don't
And to be honest with you, I want to say this earlier. Like, to me, H5 seems older than H4.
H5 has a much lower budget look to it compared to this.
But like I'm saying, like the characters stand out as old. Like it's
They're caricatures. Like like one of the first kills where he gets the guy with the rake.
Yeah.
Like the Fonzie dude.
Yeah.
Like
with the circle sunglasses and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is a good scene. Yeah, but it's just like it just seems more dated, and like that her friend in the car with the big 80s hair, like that's the only thing really that really like dates this too much. There's not too much like this guy's hair maybe a little bit, but it's not as dated as 5. I feel like 5 is really dated. Like he doesn't look too bad. This is the fuck off Brady or Brady.
All right, $10. Let's see it.
Or was it fuck off Lloyd? What's the dude's name?
Don't forget, man. These sheriff's name is Don.
Wade. That's his name. Wade. Fuck off Wade.
Her daddy don't scare me.
And actually, the dude in the blue flannel is supposed to be what's his name? Little Tommy.
It's supposed to be Tommy Doyle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's crazy. So yeah, just fuck off Wade. I love that.
I mean, I like my Paul Rudd Tommy Doyle.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's like if you're gonna have Tommy Doyle, it's a nice little if you're gonna divert the story and maybe try something different, I get it.
Would you be mad if Paul Rudd made a cameo in Halloween Kills as Tommy Doyle?
I think they wanted that's the thing. They wanted to. They actually asked him to, and he was gonna do it, but his schedules conflicted. He couldn't do it.
Yeah.
But it would have been cool. But I like the casting as Anthony Michael Hall. I like the casting a lot.
On the island, we've got the best costumes in all the time.
In a second.
Jamie's like,
Okay, so what about?
I want to get my costume. Alone again. All by myself again.
It's like, there's the mask behind her. It's like, what twisted company was just like, yo, We gotta keep making these.
Then again,
Yeah.
they all you go to the
I
Halloween
mean,
store
that's
now,
true.
It's pretty much everybody. Yeah.
Yeah.
Vic, you know the costume you want.
Like, this one's so
Speaking to you.
famous. We had a
Yeah.
guy actually kill people wearing it.
You know you want it. You know you want this costume.
Rachel!
It speaks to you.
Perfect costume. Come see.
Yeah.
Oh wow, okay.
They're all up in there.
Mooching.
There's no place like to do this at Vincent Drug.
Parents' babysitter canceled.
So?
So I have to watch Jamie tonight.
Oh. His life is ruined.
Womp womp.
This morning.
You found this morning. Well, why didn't you tell me before? I mean, it's 5 o'clock now, Rachel.
Because they didn't invite like cell phones yet. How the hell am I supposed to tell you?
Yeah.
Can I come over after Jamie goes to sleep?
My parents are gonna come home early.
So?
I don't know, Brady.
Rachel is, I mean, she's smart.
She's conflicted.
Mm-hmm. She wants to. She knows
gotta
what
watch.
she wants, but she's got responsibilities.
She's taking responsibility.
Yeah, and she
For now.
let me just grab this right here. Oh,
Mm.
what? Yeah, me too, kid. Cool. That's
Yeah.
a, oh, dude. I don't know if I don't know if anyone noticed this. In that scene where the glass breaks, you can see him tilt his head slightly. I swear, you can. It's real slight, and it's almost like they didn't. Maybe it was a glass breaking, but I swear he's tilting his head just slightly, like he does in the original. And then the glass breaks, and you can just see like this like shape, sort of like just. It's. I swear. I mean, I'll go back and watch it again another point, but I swear he was tilting his head.
I mean, it could have been from the moving of the reflection.
Yep.
Or, I mean, it could have been a slight tilt.
That to me, if they put that in there, just a little slight little tilt thing, dude, yeah, that would have been. That's a nice little.
That'd be a next level detail.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Tommy Doyle name drop, slight head tilt before the glass breaks. I don't like what happens here, but it makes up for it because it's setting up for the next ride.
Right.
Hey, here's these cheerleaders are supposed to represent every cheesy '80s horror movie right here. This is it. Slumber Party Massacre, just passing by. Come on, you know you want it.
Yeah.
Pleasance is like, I'm better than this.
When you think about it, it's like, this one's like late to the game compared to the Freddy and Jason's,
Yeah,
So it's like, still got to have those themes in there, I guess.
just a little bit. Look in the mist behind you, Loomis. This guy's awesome. And just to let everybody know, we are on, 30, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Just 30-minute mark.
Mm-hmm.
This guy is awesome. Not real sanitary, but
Yeah.
pre-COVID.
That guy does. That guy does some pretty good goofy cameo, like goofy
Yeah.
bit acts. Like,
Oh, I
He's
love
awesome.
it. Then he looks at him. When he looks like he's like car trouble, he was like, sort of. He's just like,
Just like me. What are you hunting, Mr. Sam? Apocalypse, end of the world, Armageddon.
different movie.
Always got a face and a name.
hmm
He seems like a Friday the 13th character, but it works. It kind of works. Kind of reminds me of the guy who's like, like, you're all doomed.
hmm
But it's actually a little bit better. I like what he says.
Till damnation, mister. You don't die like a man.
every time I see that actor, I just think of The Wedding Singer because he's like the drunk at the bar.
Mhm.
Where he goes up, he's like, I just want someone to tell me hold me, tell me everything's going to be okay. And he's the drunk that pops up behind him. And goes, everything is going to be okay.
I remember that. That's a great scene.
Yes, we'll gather at the river.
I like Loomis's face here. Ready? Ready for Loomis's face? He's like, what? And he's like, yes, yes, yes. Oh my god.
He needs that ride.
Oh jeez.
You got to deal with it.
I have to clean all this shit up tomorrow, kids. God damn it.
Somebody does.
Yeah, the movie definitely feels like fall and just a lot of Halloween stuff done in there. Not as much like maybe Halloween sort of like mood atmosphere is like H6, but it's up there. It's definitely up there.
I want you two to have fun tonight.
Well, I think H6 just has like a little bit better lighting.
Yeah.
I guess that's the way to put it.
Mm-hmm. I like the mask to the right of the door. I probably could have used that mask more than the Myers mask. Jesus.
Yeah.
I love the Midnight Blues. Like the Midnight Blues is awesome. And not as many movies do it that much anymore.
No, but it's a good atmosphere.
Yeah. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like I don't know why they don't do it as often. There's a new movie called The Vigil, which I don't know if you've seen yet, but it's awesome. Have you watched it yet?
No.
It's on. They just put it on Hulu.
Okay.
I love it, and it's one of my favorite horror movies of the year.
The Vigil.
The Vigil. Yeah, that and Caveat, which is on Shudder, very similar, sort of like slow burn, old school feel. But The Vigil has very familiar lighting, like Halloween, sort of way. Like you can see Carpenter, Cundy-esque things going on in The Vigil.
Do you know what my favorite horror movie of 2021's been so far?
What's that?
Did I tell you?
I don't think so.
I think it's actually I think it's The Wrong Turn.
Oh, you did mention it. You mentioned it in the
I
conversation.
loved it. I thought it was so good.
It was better than I was expecting. There's
Yeah.
Lori.
I love the idea. I love the story behind it.
Yeah, it was a nice. Oh, is that a picture of Michael?
Baby Michael.
I think it was supposed to be, yeah. I guess this is how he finds what it looks like. But yeah, it was better than I expected. But
Well, then you'll have to travel about 3,000 miles south of here.
hold on, this is pretty cool. I like the conversation between I'm sorry, the new sheriff. There he is,
Meeker.
Meeker with Loomis.
Mm-hmm.
Because Meeker's cool. Unlike some other knucklehead sheriffs who are just like, they don't believe him. He initially is a little like, hesitant. And then he takes him seriously, which kind of ups the stakes a little bit. Watch, here we go.
He's here in Hatfield. Possible. Michael Myers, and then he's here, Sheriff. 10 years ago, he tried to kill Laurie Strode.
You're a little hesitant at first. Kind of like, yeah, okay.
Talking about Jamie Lloyd. Wherever she is, that little child is in mortal danger. She's been locked up since before she was born.
Yeah.
He's never laid eyes on.
Okay, makes sense.
That's what I
Loomis,
see.
he goes off.
Here in Richmond, a filling station in flames. I tell you, Michael Myers is here in this town.
Yes.
He's here to kill that little girl.
Nobody ever believes him at first.
No, this is why I love this movie, because they actually, look, here it is right here.
Just call the troopers and check the story out. And assuming what you say is true. It's true, Sheriff. All right, it's true. The hell can we do to avoid a repeat?
Thank you. What the hell can we do to avoid it? Thank you. There's the only.
Tell them to get people off the streets and behind locked doors.
Yeah.
A sheriff who believes.
Yeah.
Says the lines are down.
See? I told you. I wasn't lying. You mother.
When he makes that call. All right, here's do it. Check on this little girl.
Love it. I love it. It's like all rational. It's like, okay, all right, and all of a sudden it's like, assuming what you're saying is true, what can we do? He's not like dismissing him. He's actually asking him, what can we do? It's like he's humble enough to sit there and say, this is out of my league here. What in the hell do we do? And it's like, yes, finally.
Like the sheriff should, not want people to die.
Huh?
Like a sheriff should not want people to die in his town.
Exactly.
I'm like, you crazy old man, get out of here.
They're always like, just like, oh, that quack. He doesn't know what he's talking about.
That's how your daughter ends up dead.
Yeah, exactly. No, don't be friends with them. Don't be friends with them. No. Say fuck those kids. I'd be like, no. Well, you know, as a kids are different, I guess. Yeah. All of a sudden, the kid's picking on you or nice to you, so it's like, oh wait, hit. Oh wait. Yeah, this is what's the great part.
Mm-hmm.
Way to go, dummy. You knucklehead. And this is like back in the day. This is like before social media and the internet, and he still got caught.
All he had to do was not go to the door.
I know. Just stay upstairs. But I like Brady because he knows he messed up. He knows he messed up.
He knew he messed up before he got caught.
Exactly. And he's not a complete dick. Like, he's like, look, shit. I'm not forgiving him. I'm saying, like, in the conversation that Rachel and what's her name have later on too, but this is, I'm an idiot.
I'll just let you get back to looking at hot pants. Rachel, Jamie.
He's having a moment of what it's called post-nut clarity.
Wow. Okay.
So now it's like, now he's thinking straight, and he's just like, uh-oh.
I mean, you just got, at this point, just take your wins. You got to take what you.
And that's when he goes back with his tail between his legs.
Yeah. Well, I mean, hey, she's got no pants. Little Miss Hot Pants has no pants. That's pretty.
I just got pissed. Look at Spuds McKenzie. Bring him
Spuds
back.
McKenzie, Bud Light Dog. Yeah.
Everybody shut up a goddamn minute.
Now, I swear, they're going to go with this. This is kind of what they're going to go for in the new Halloween Kills. A little bit of this, a little bit of H2 with the... I love the idea behind this. Of, like, the people of Haddonfield sort of taking up arms, literally. And sort of, like, just, like, going, trying to hunt them down. They could have done it, like, they could have expanded on it, but...
I mean, it would make sense if, like, the town had already experienced this killer come through, you know. Everybody who owns a weapon is going to be ready to go, you would think.
Yep. So many, a couple people's kids got killed. You know, people got just, you know, a family's affected by it and stuff and everything. And it's got a bad name. People probably go there and look. They all got by. We're getting out of here, Bill. Let's go. I can't see a place like that called Oasis though. It's probably like Bob's Tavern or something. But either way, I'm fine with it. Look at it. Yeah, all getting in a pickup truck. Pick it up, truck.
I mean, Oasis isn't a bad name for like a local watering hole.
Yeah. But I like the concept, even though I think they probably could have did it better. But it's not heavy-handed. But I'm expecting that in H Kills, a lot. Like the whole sort of town just getting together. It's gonna be wild, dude. I don't know if it's gonna be good, but it's gonna be wild. This is at the Lloyd house, right? Is that the Jamie Lloyd house?
Yep. He was going through the pictures.
Yeah. Sheriff, he found her. He knows what she looks like. Because he's slick, that Michael. I could smell him. Oh, jeez. He's never nice to the dogs.
Spook me, Doc. I'm not alone.
I like that because they just let you know Loomis is still scared. Just a little bit. He's still a little scared.
Well, wouldn't you?
He said, the sheriff said, "You're starting to spook me, Doc." He said, "At least I'm not alone." I mean, like he's not the only one who's spooked. Unless I read that line wrong, but that's the feeling I got.
No, I'd say you're right.
Here's Manny Mustache Man. Here
this poor guy.
Yeah.
What's his name tag say? Bucky?
No
I think so. Bucky, you're out of luck, dude.
He's just working.
A dude like that, a dude like that, you just walk away. Bucky, just walk away.
I'm on the telephone to the police right now. Don't you even think about leaving.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'll listen to it. Yeah, I'm sure he's scared. Bucky, just keep no. Yeah, don't be a hero. Bucky.
What? What?
Whee!
Look at that toss.
All right. Smart move too, because just take out the electric. Yep.
Mhm.
Michael's slick. Michael
Yeah,
is
it's
slick.
like you. It's like, did he do it on purpose? Did he know he's gonna knock out the town's whole power, or did he just do it to kill the guy?
Given his history, Michael is he's slick. He's smart.
Yeah,
He's always a couple of steps ahead. He's very observant. So,
I tell you this, it's like the one thing. It's like, the knife is such a significant look. Like
Mhm.
when you think, but like his kills without it are like some of the best.
Yep.
Like that's a great kill.
Yep. You got a thumb so far.
Mhm.
You got the big thing through the dude and the
He hasn't had to knife anyone yet.
you know what? But it makes sense. He hasn't been able to pick up one yet. So it makes
He-
total sense.
He was in that house. I mean,
Maybe he grabbed it there. I don't know. And maybe that's why he didn't use it, because maybe he was trying to take out the electricity. Who knows?
I don't know.
But we'll
I don't
find
think
out.
he actually has it yet.
No, he doesn't. Which makes total sense, because if he grabbed it early on, it's like, well, where the hell did he get a knife from?
Yeah, because like anybody following, remember I haven't watched this in a while,
Oh,
like
that seems-
several years. So
Yeah.
it's like if things are coming back to me, it's like no, you got to redo it, like how he gets the knife in the first one, where there's just like ooh toy, shiny, stabby.
Mikey's distracted by shiny things.
Mhm.
Dude,
Was that you?
Danielle Harris just has like the perfect scared face
yeah,
and a
So-
great scream.
terrified. And
But yeah.
as a kid actor to do that at that age. Do you know, if I lost my little stepsister, if I had a stepsister like at that age, dude, I'd be terrified.
I'd be
I'd be
freaking out.
scared. Yeah, Halloween night, dude.
Jamie?
Again, and more with the Midnight Blues. Dude, it's such a good look. And there's a scene coming up that I love, like the look of it, aesthetically. It's like, it's coming. Yep.
Mm.
Yep. Keep him in the shadows. Keep him in the dark. See, and that's what a lot of directors, they just don't know what. Like, I swear, it hasn't been done since the original. They
The
just
shape, man, you got to rock the shape.
Yeah, like you can start showing them later on in like the third act, but they show him doing too much, doing his taxes and writing letters and doing his laundry or whatever. I'm exaggerating, but like they show him doing too much, setting stuff up, walking over here. It's like you don't just show him behind his shoulder, show him off to the
Yeah.
side, like the hip, and just don't show too much. They want to show off the mask and the look and him doing things. It's like stop.
Yeah, it's like that's not the scary part. It's the always being watched.
Mm-hmm. And it just takes away from it when it actually does come on screen. Like it just,
I have a big
you know.
dog with me and he fights.
But you don't have a dog with you. They know if they can see you, you don't have a dog with you.
Where have you been? Don't ever go off on your own at night again, okay? Not ever.
Good sister. I love Rachel. Rachel's awesome. This Loom isn't. Yeah. Is the evil here?
Thank God.
What's going on?
Get the fuck in the car now.
Imagine if he wasn't with the sheriff.
Oh, so he was there. And he's off. Oh wait, this is I do like this scene. I mean, it's a little cheesy, but I actually
No,
like
it's
it
great.
a lot.
It's great. Like,
Yes,
I like how
'Cause
Loomis gets just completely freaked out.
mhm.
Loomis.
That shitty mask. But still, the idea behind it all. Oh, such a good scene. Yeah, it's so cool. Almost pulled a Ben Tramer on them.
Get home, damn it! There's a curfew. I catch your ass, it'll be a weekend in jail.
A weekend.
You all right, Doc? Come on, we'll get to the station. We'll get these kids safe.
what's the deal with curfews? Like, we remember there used to be like curfew or whatever, and it's like,
I don't know.
I don't know, I'd be at Andorra after a movie for an hour or so. Dun dun dun.
I don't know. Oh, this. Now I don't know what's better, and maybe people in the comments can sit there and say, would you have liked to have seen this scene where he takes out all of the cops at the police station, or do you think it's better that we just see the aftermath? Because both work, but it's a cool because you're just thinking about what happened, which is more. It's like what's scarier, just seeing the aftermath or actually just seeing the scene? Because it would have been a cool scene to see. Aftermath.
I think for this, for the feel of this movie and it's the aftermath.
Yeah.
It's just like, okay, we're gonna regroup, and then like, oh.
What is he?
Because just showing him.
Also, if you see him like rip through a police station real quick, it would take away from the vibe of like that slow movement.
Yep, and the stalking and everything like that.
Yeah,
and he just becomes Jason again.
Basically.
Hey Ed. Happy Halloween, Eddie. Love you, bud. Wish you could be here.
That's Big Ed.
Ah, I love him
That's
too.
Mr. Kayazo. Happy Halloween. Well, I'll be seeing him before.
Love it too, Mr. Kayazo.
Thank you. Thanks for joining.
Yes. Hope he's watching it with us. That'd be cool. I love these guys. These guys with all their shotguns and everything. And
Killed back there. Having a kid. Alligator lost his boy 10 years back.
see,
Well, not this time, Ben. I'll handle this my own way.
Yeah.
Fry his ass.
good luck. I mean, I wish you the best, but I just don't see you guys coming out on top. But hey, give him credit. Police false. I love that line. I love it. Yes, very true. Very true. So true. I love it. You haven't got a police force. It's so cool.
Does he get it's like you already had that run in with like the people wearing the costume. It's like maybe they could have thrown in like a couple like innocent people in the costume getting popped by the vigilante group.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah, but I was like, hey, a little more.
That probably would have been a good idea. Yeah, that would have been a very good. I probably would have added more to it. Michael's in the backseat just chilling in this car. He's just kind of just like, this is comfortable.
Reign.
This is comfortable.
Yeah.
Don't mind me. But yeah, you're right, though. It would have been probably better to sort of have more of that as far as them accidentally shooting a bunch. Because I think the scene you see is just one guy. I forget the dude's name they kill by accident, too. Oh, Ted Hollister. That's his name. God damn it, Earl. It's Ted Hollister. Which I'm ruining it for because you haven't seen it in a while, so I'm ruining it for you.
No, it's fine. We're watching. We're enjoying.
Oh yeah, this has become one of my favorites, and it didn't used to be. Wait for it. You're right. If it was a bunch of the guys in the mask, that would have been like eerie. Missed opportunity
like a clip,
there.
like in a V for Vendetta, where there's like the montage of the people wearing the mask, the Guy Fawkes mask, just getting popped.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Nope. Negative. Ah, shit.
Yeah.
Ted Hollister's dead. Oh, well.
Is there a better, like, that's one of the best lines in any movie. You dumb son of a bitch.
It's Ted Hollister. Damn it, Earl. Sexy time. They don't do it. They don't ever do. It's a nice little change of pace, but they don't ever do it in this scene in this movie. I mean,
No, I mean for teenagers, they really go all out with getting the fire on, and
yeah.
you
At
know.
least it wasn't like candles, 14,000 candles over like H2O. Whereas,
Yeah. Well, I mean, in H2O kind of makes sense because it's like a special
yeah,
setup.
I don't mind it. It's a cool look. I mean, I remember seeing it in trailers, being like, "Whoa, what is that?" But yeah, she's she's teasing now. They're in the mood for love,
Yeah.
but right in the face. But wait, there's more.
But wait,
Yeah, the biggest like whoop, just like okay, yeah. The whole entire just like everything changes. You went from just jacked up on Mountain Dew and
You alive. Word.
you buddy.
God, can you imagine? You're like in the best place ever. You're just like mentally, you're just like, ah, this is like heaven. The next minute, it's just like, yeah,
You know, some of us have lived such things.
yeah.
Yeah. Ask me about that another time.
Oh God,
Dad, what's
you
going
guys,
on?
you have to tell the story at some point.
Yeah, it's not podcast material.
Radio. Right through the kitchen, you'll see the basement stairs. Brady, you know how to use a gun?
I love this part. Okay. First of all, he trusts him to get a gun, but then he sort of.
Tell me what's happening. Yeah, when I have time. You got your riot gun? Talk to my squad. We'll get it.
I love the sheriff, dude. He gives a
Pick
shit.
these.
Give him the shells.
Hey, you got a hammer and roofing nails, and I want you up in the attic, securing it so nobody can get in. If something's happening, I should just go ahead and call my parents. Just get up in the attic.
Wait for it.
Well, yeah. Catch you broke my daughter. I'll use that shotgun on you.
He's no fool.
I love it. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. Here, take this shotgun and do this task real quick. But by the way, don't touch my daughter. And this is probably one of the bigger knuckleheads, even though it's kind of makes sense, but it's like it's not that big a deal. But it's like, yeah, no, you did not leave that door open, sir. You didn't. So maybe
The cop?
I get the
Yeah.
outside shutters. What are we doing?
it's like he goes out there and sort of like,
no
huh.
one can get in
But
here.
I guess I mean, it's like no, you didn't open that door. That door was not open.
In that police station, you wouldn't even ask.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's characters in some of these horror movies that make really dumb mistakes. So that isn't the worst thing I've ever seen.
True.
He even kind of questions it. Is like,
What's going on?
did I do
Yeah.
that? Did I open the door?
Well, because he was in such a hurry. Like, he knows everybody's got, like, you know, the whole police station got killed, and it's just like, I just got to get here. I got to, you know, what the heck's going on?
Yeah.
So he could have just, like, jumped out of the car as fast as possible. Can't remember.
Yep.
I'm gonna be outside, upstairs in the attic.
Awkward. But now he knows, and they all know, and now Rachel knows. I like how they don't spend too much time on the expose stuff, even though actually personally I like it. A lot of people don't like it in these movies. I love when they go over stuff like the history of like Freddy or Jason or Michael. It's like you're hearing it for the first time personally.
Oh, yeah.
I hear people complaining
for
about
sure.
it. Like, we need to go over this again. I'm like, tell me it 20 more times. I don't care. Because like the characters in the scene, they don't know, so it's like you're just sort of like, yes, who is this person?
Now you're going to learn today.
Yeah, you gonna learn today. I love it. This is creepy too. That's what I'm saying. I like Brady. He's a knucklehead, but I like Brady.
This is a grown man playing a teenage boy. You know, you got a bit of a knucklehead at that age.
Yeah.
Logan, I want you right here by the front door. Okay? This is the deadbolt key.
You should probably put some pants. Yeah, I was gonna say I mean, I guess it passes as a nightgown. You know. You know.
Right now,
But,
padlock the back door. This is the only way in and out of this house. You got it.
yeah.
Why don't you come make this
Yeah.
call?
I mean, I'd be like, put some pants on. But you know,
Power's out. Room's dark. You know.
yeah, this room's dark. Yeah, I can't remember. Nice lighting. Very nice lighting.
Dark, creepy.
Creepy attic. Don't say who's there. Never say who's there. I actually forgot how good the lighting was in this scene.
Let me go home.
Yeah, I don't mind Brady. There's some real jerk offs in these movies, and
Power. Batteries.
Brady's cool.
Plan to generate it
Yeah.
next week. I wish I hadn't waited.
Remember him in Days of Confused?
I do.
Sasha, yeah, Sasha Jensen, or his name is.
Mhm.
Can anyone hear me? Can anyone hear me?
This guy hanging out like a Cracker Barrel right here. In his old school recliner. He's hanging out. Stay alert, sir.
Hold it together.
This is a good conversation that they have, these two. You rarely get this in these movies. Between Rachel and, what's her name? I forget her name. Because they actually have the confrontation there, but it's not like
Yeah.
typical banner humor. It's like realistic. And I jumped the gun a little bit because I think they eventually had that conversation,
It's okay.
but it's coming up. Yeah, the characters just seem a little more grounded in this movie to me. They don't seem too over the top, like you said, like in 5 and whatnot. Similar to the characters in 6, you know, because they're Tommy and not all the characters, but Tommy Doyle and then what's her face, the main character with the son. They're pretty grounded. Now the dad's a little over the top, and the DJ guy's a little over the top. But
So, who would you say is like the worst, like dude, like boyfriend, kind of like male potential love interest
it's
in
got,
all of the Halloweens?
it's got to be. Oh, by the way, I liked how the fact that if you noticed the way that sheriff that deputy or whatever was sitting, his head was tilted a little bit. You would have thought that he was dead. It's a little subtle thing that I like that they did. When she approached the thing, his head's like off to the side. Looks like he's staring off into space. He looks dead, but they played it off like he wasn't. It was a nice little thing that they did. But as far as like the worst guy character, oh, and what in the Halloween franchise?
All of them, yeah.
Like boyfriend or just male character in general?
I would say like wannabe boyfriend or boyfriend,
Oh,
because I have the answer for you.
Not going anywhere, Mr. Butte.
who's yours? Is that?
It's that dude who gets killed on the fence in 2018. That clown.
Yeah, he wasn't. He was bad, but he wasn't like.
It's not good.
He wasn't. You know, I know guys like I've known guys like that. So
Sure.
the creepy guys who play off as a friend and they're just trying to hook up with someone. Like I so it's not out of the realm to sort of like But-
Yeah, I mean, I can get into further detail because I'm going to watch that again, and then for the stream,
yeah.
I'll stop you. Boop, boop, boop. Some just not good humor, failed humor lines in there.
Yeah.
I've got to try.
But who knows? I got to watch 5 now after watching this because I haven't seen 5 in longer than
5 doesn't hold
any
up.
of them.
Five's not great.
Oh
But
no, I'm not
there's still,
expecting it to.
There's still aspects to 5 that I actually like though. Wait, here we go. This is the scene I was talking about. Here we go.
I didn't know you and Brady had anything, okay? You knew. You just didn't care.
Ooh.
He's not married.
Ooh.
Besides, I've got a right to do what's best for me.
That she ain't
Now
wrong.
you mean what you do best.
Burn.
Wise up to what men want, Rachel. Or Brady won't be the last man you lose to another woman.
Damn.
coffee.
Oh. Nice.
It's fair.
Nice. I mean, I forgot that she threw the coffee on her, but, you know.
Ben Meeker. Answer me, damn it.
That's some...
Sheriff, what is going on out there?
That's a real conversation I feel like people like that would have, because that's... They both make good points.
Stay by this radio.
Yeah.
The state force will send word once they're en route. When that word comes, tell Deputy Logan. Do you understand?
Uh-huh.
I don't know. The boyfriend from 5 might be my worst.
Yeah,
at least
that's
they-
why I'm like, all right, I guess I gotta watch 5 just because, like,
No, you know what? The blonde, the other guy. There's 2 guys from 5. There's the boyfriend with the glasses, but there's also his friend who like tries to laugh like Evil Ed from what you call it, from Fright Night.
yeah,
So over the top.
Stand by for that.
There's aspects of 5 that I like Loomis in 5 is just batshit crazy. There's certain parts of it that are cool, but 5 just misses on a lot of things.
yeah.
Rachel?
It makes sense to like also with the electricity being out why it's so dark. Like in those
Yeah.
some of those, you know, yeah, some of those movies earlier on, it's just like, you know, especially the first. I love the lighting, but it's like, why the hell? Somebody turn on the goddamn lights.
It adds to it. You know what makes it would be great? Like, you know, seeing it in theaters.
Oh yeah,
You know,
oh yeah. It's eerie. Oh, and I like the lanterns everywhere. That explains the warm lighting coming in. The music. Now this is where it comes in because earlier she saw the cop and he looked dead,
Mhm.
and now it's like, well, he got fooled out once. Like, okay, all right, well, that's just the way he's sitting.
Boring out here.
It was boring.
We should fix the power. At least we'd have some MTV while we wait for the cavalry.
yeah,
Back in the day.
yeah.
Cool shot.
Some good MTV. In '88.
What? He's setting up decorations again. Ugh. I swear, his mask is different there. That's a different mask. It actually is not a bad looking mask. Oh, look at the way. That's a different mask, and it actually looks pretty good.
Yeah.
I could be wrong, but anyone knows? Does anyone know if they used a different mask for like certain shots? I don't know, but that
I'm
even
sure
that,
they
the
probably
lighting
had
is
a
so good.
couple of them, but I mean, it looks pretty. It's just I think it's the lighting.
lighting, yeah. Which is another reason why to keep it in the dark. God.
Over and out.
But I do like the shotgun fake out. It's just like he's gonna pop her. I'm gonna
Can you
take
imagine?
this and put it through your body.
You imagine if Michael uses a gun at some point in the next 2 minutes? That'd be wild. It's not his style, but you know, if he's desperate.
Could happen.
No. He's hi. Is Michael setting? He didn't even do this on purpose. He just was like, "Do you like my decorations?"
Very festive.
Oh, okay. Here we go, baby. This is gets me all Jones up. Here we go, all jacked up because we're about to see what's going on here with the music playing, the lighting. This is one of my favorite scenes in this movie.
I've got to find Jamie.
He's like,
Another key?
I don't know.
They locked it from the end. That's right. The sheriff did.
Uh-huh.
Metal! God damn it, it's metal!
What does that mean?
It's too
Trapped in
hot.
this house.
Oh, shenanigans. No.
Jamie.
What?
Mhm.
No, wait till he gets a little bit closer. Make sure the safety's off. God, is it loaded?
You just shot it.
That's right, he did. Yeah.
It's his fault for not thinking. I love it. The big window.
That's a cool shot with the window.
Mhm.
Ooh. Get that thing loaded up. Wait, did he shoot it already? I missed. Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
he shot it towards the door. Oh, yeah, the door.
Now you're too late.
Oh. He should have took a couple steps back just a little bit, but he's trying to protect Rachel and Jane, but he should have just given him no more time to reload. Hey, take your shot, Brady. There you go. Ay, 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 ay. Oh. I don't deal with guns.
Nope.
Come on,
Don't need him.
Good for you, Brady. He's like, I'm screwed. I'm screwed. Oh. Ooh. Oh, I love it when he spits out the blood. That's awesome.
Wow, it's just real digging in to the faces.
Ow. Ow. Okay. Leave us alone. Michael's just like, okay. How are you going to respond to that? Gotta take your shot.
It's like pretty clever, you know, just try and flood the stair, you know.
Seriously, just try and put anything in front of the door. That's what I'm saying. They do things that make sense in this movie. It's not perfect, but it's the music. Miss Big Ed said, yep.
Mm-hmm.
There, now he has the knife.
Ah.
That's cool. Just break the window. Yeah, just throw. There you go. Thank you. Another thing that makes sense. Put her on your back. She's so little. Might as well.
Yeah, I don't know if you want to put her on your back when you're going out the window, though, because if you pop up, there's probably broken glass.
Yeah.
Go right into her.
Yeah, this is an intense scene.
Yeah.
This is real cool. And Rachel's a trooper, man. She's really. Yeah. Oh, King of the Hill. She'd be good at King of the Hill, though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is like Nickelodeon Guts.
Yeah, right.
The aggro crag.
Just keep going.
Just keep going. Almost there. Grab the cord.
Well,
God damn, this was a workout. Watch your footing, Mike. What? He's walking like the dude, like the what's his name from who played Halloween? Michael in Halloween 2.
oof.
Someone's got to deep fake the original mask on that. That just, yeah. But you just gotta look at the body. Just look at you know.
I'm gonna lower you down, Jamie. Okay? I've got you. Come on.
I like aspects of Halloween 2, but the way what's his name plays Halloween 2, it's just so stiff.
The movement.
Yeah, so the way he was walking right there reminded me of that.
Well, in his defense, he did just hurt his back by falling out a window, so he's a little stiff.
Yeah. What? Oh yeah, look at that, the continuity. Yeah. Michael's like, God damn it. I gotta come down there.
Mm-hmm.
And put out the wait for a movie good. That's right. The small little. Okay.
Mm. Did that already happen?
Yeah, it was when they were on the roof.
When they're on the roof.
If I ever did a movie, there'd be so many continuity errors. Probably. Cool look with the fog and everything. It's like I remember that JC's John Carpenter's original Halloween with the guys and we're in the back behind the bush, above the bush, standing there, sort of watching them film. I never noticed that until a few years ago. Oh, cool shot.
Yeah. I'm just telling you, just like watching this again now, this is something where this is a movie where it's like I would probably, like, as long as it wasn't like outrageous, I would pay to watch it in a theater.
Yeah.
See it on a big screen, because I think that would definitely do a lot for it.
Oh yeah. And it's a shame that it's like I used to think this was so bad, and I think a lot of people like just sort of passed it off as like because it did look goofy compared to the original, but like.
I'm going to tell you right now what I'm appreciating about this more this time around. Once Loomis is done talking.
That's the first. He said that's the first place. She said, "Want to go home?" That's the first place he'll look for you. I like that, and I like that he's nice to her. In this
Where is the schoolhouse, dear
Cool
child?
Cool shot.
Swangs.
What were you saying again?
So I can tell you immediately what I'm appreciating about this, even like more so now, after some time, like after years have passed. It's right to the point. Like, just look at the runtime, and then look at the runtime of everything that's come out in the last 20 years, where you got to have at least up to 2 hours. Where this is under 90 minutes, and it's bang, 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 bang.
Yep. There's a couple things I like about it. There's a scene. Oh, yeah, the continuity, the pink mask with the blonde hair. That sucks. He was wearing like they apparently when they were filming they had to reshoot a scene or do something, I don't know, but they didn't have the mask on set, so they needed to film the scene. And he had like a pink mask and like blonde hair almost like that. I guess because they used that mask for lighting or something. I don't know. Or it's a stunt mask. I don't know. But it just, it's so small and it's like out of frame. But,
you never miss it once you see it.
Yeah. Well, once you see it, it's kind of like it stands out like a sore thumb. It's just. That's a cool shot. It almost looks like he's standing behind her, but it's not him. Yeah. Yeah, it's small, but a lot of people get like, "Oh my god!" I'm just like, I've seen worse. Nice blue lighting. The lighting in this movie is so much better than I remember.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's great. It has a great vibe for a great like movie theater movie, and I'll keep saying that. I'm like.
He got some baggy pants on. Man. They don't. I swear they weren't that baggy before. Where are you going? God damn it, Errol! Oh, interesting. That's the original Michael Myers mask. It was too beat up color-wise for the rest of the film. Let's spray paint that shit. Ugh. My taxes pay this shit. I'm not doing this.
There's no point in going on offense.
No. At this point, you've already killed Ted Hollister. The hell's the point now? Jeez.
Have you tell Ted Hollister's parents yet, or?
Shit, Earl.
Yeah, killer got him.
Now this is the one scene I'm kind of like, but it's like, how the hell did he do this? But it makes for a cool scene, and I like it. But as far as like it being possible, it's like, but I mean, compare it to some of the other movies. I mean, you know. Yeah, they've been through some shit. Yeah. Yeah, there's the cavalry going that way.
Okay, there's a highway patrol substation about 4 miles down the highway. You'll see the turnoff sign. Now, we've got officers on duty. They'll take care of it.
Yeah. It did stop for a quick second there, so maybe, but it's too far away. There's no way. You'll see what I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. But if you don't, you'll see what I'm saying. She went from kind of being, you know, a little bit iffy with her to Rachel to all of a sudden now she's like hopping on rooftops and, you know.
I mean,
giving her life for a stepsister.
It's a bit. That's all she knows.
What? That's what I'm saying. How the hell did he? But it's like, okay, it's a cool. It makes for a cool scene.
Yeah. Very sneaky, sir.
Yeah. Michael's hair blown in the wind. He is just fucking shit up.
just tossing people.
Just tossing people.
Yep.
You gone.
Yeah.
What?
Do like the hand smash.
Oh! Ow!
That's what you could say. It's like more of like a Jason type scene, like very 80s horror, where it's just like, where'd you come from?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
just pop out of nowhere.
Yeah, you could make the case that he somehow popped onto the back when they were stopped for a quick second, but he was too far away from the school to do that.
He was in the building.
Yeah. See, to me, you don't have to show him sort of struggling to stay onto the car at the truck. We can sort of get it, but
yeah, kind of like, you know.
You're right. I guess you have to show him struggle because it's still like you have to know he's still there.
He's still like he's just setting himself up to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Claw swoop.
he just no. No.
Just going head button.
Yeah. Cool scene. Now this shot coming up looks silly, but it's. Look at his shoulder. Look at his shoulder pads. What? Mm-hmm. He's like, looks like Beavis.
It's like a missed opportunity for him to do the sit up.
Yeah. Yes. Very much so.
You know.
Yep.
Bonk.
Wee! You see him fall back in there? Wee!
It's like interesting how it's just like, just knows to be like, I'm gonna be fine.
Yeah.
You do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
I'll meet you down at the bottom.
There's the cavalry. Now, what do they do? They got there and they're like, oh, shit. Yeah, so stay in the truck. She heard knife. Go grab my uncle's hand? Absolutely.
Are you all right? Are you all right? Where's Jim?
He does look like me.
Yeah.
This is a show. He's like, I am Cornholio. Get away from him, Jamie. Get away from. Get down. Oh, this is actually not a bad ending to the movie too. Just
You gotta give him everything you got.
You just lower your shoulders, sir. See, and I actually like. See, to me, Michael's slick. So to me, I mean, maybe Michael probably would have played dead and not sat up, and then would have wait for an opportunity to escape. But then again, what if it wasn't Michael? What if Jamie? If Jamie doesn't talk coming up, maybe that's when they sort of swapped. Maybe that was Jamie getting shot. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
If Jamie starts talking,
So, yes. Michael Myers is in hell. Where he belongs. Kids on him. They've survived this ordeal. They'll survive.
how it started, how it ended.
Yeah, right.
Stay with Rachel.
How it started, how it's going.
Jamie hasn't said a word yet. She hasn't been crying or anything. It's very possible that's when they swapped.
When she touches his hand.
I would like to have thought that was it, because then the whole Michael getting up and sort of like being like raw and like going down like King Kong. Maybe it just to me, Michael's smarter than that. So I always wonder why he's sort of like that's like not like a Michael thing to do is get shot like that, because he's very elusive. He's just smart. So if
It's in the first one, he gets popped right.
Well, that's when, because Loomis comes out of nowhere. But I'm saying like a whole group there's a whole cavalry right there, and he decides to sit up and then go with his knife and go after someone. He doesn't. He's usually
he just I don't know.
He's usually like kind of like, okay, this isn't my best scenario here. I'm not really looking that great here. So let me just this scene creeped me out as a kid, and it's still just it's terrified me. And I love Loomis' scream. Ooh. Oh, that's haunting. That's haunting.
That's goosebumpy.
Just the shot of him, his screams. Then he points the gun, and then the sheriff coming in and just be like, "What the?" It's just like, what in the world? His face there. All the slow motion being like just the shock of it all. Oh, it's so good. That's so creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
Bang.
Oof. Now, some people don't like that ending and say like, "Oh, what is that? Was Jamie going to be the killer?" Now, I think you could have done it. My Halloween 5 would have been Jamie in the in a hospital, men's hospital, whatever, like Michael, and then Michael hasn't been found. His body hasn't been found, and then on Halloween, people start getting killed off again, and it's Michael, but at the same time, on the same night, Jamie also escapes from the hospital. So not only do you have Michael walking around, you have now Jamie walking around. That would have been cool to me personally. I thought that
like both of them.
I think that'd be
awesome. Tag team?
Not at the same time. No, not like I think just Jamie escaping and Michael. I think them individually sort of doing their own thing because they're,
Yeah.
That would have been cool to see.
Yeah.
It's like the same thing from one happens again, but it's like there's still Mike. You get that Michael aspect still, because people gonna say like, "What is Jamie gonna do to Michael? That's not cool." Because people are just like,
well, what is she gonna? What would Jamie go after? Rachel.
I mean, you just do whatever you want. I don't know.
Yeah. That's where you run into that Jason territory, Joe. It's just like, why? For fun.
Why the hell not?
Yeah.
I mean, seriously.
There's no target.
I'd say that's
just going for it.
That's why I like that they rebooted it and they got away from the whole sister storyline, because I always hated that storyline, and I never liked it. It's got like a cool like what if aspect to it, like to it all, but it was never the original intention, and which was much scarier. He had the devil's eyes if you're related to him, the darkest eyes as long as you're related to him. It's like I don't know. I never liked it. Never liked it.
I mean, that's what it is.
What it was, not anymore. They changed it.
It's what it is.
No, it's what it was. That's the past. That's the past. They changed it, and John Carpenter is on board with it. And I'm glad because he regrets ever doing it, and he's right. Who am I to argue with the guy who actually wrote the shit?
He's the one. He's just cashing checks.
Yeah, but he even said it before they made Halloween 2018. He was like, "Yeah, that was dumb. That was dumb. He said I was drinking. I was out of ideas, and I don't know. I had a 6-pack of beer, and I didn't know what the hell to do. I needed to do something, and that seemed like a cool twist. Short term, it does make it's a cool twist, but long term, that's like the idea they had for Nightmare 2010, where the idea that they had for the remake was that Freddy was going to be innocent. And that's why he's killing kids.
That's right.
And the movie plays out like that, but then the reveal that he's actually not innocent, it's like, huh. Now, I didn't mind it too much because that's what Freddy is, but people were like, oh, they should have just went with that. And I'm like, but then Freddy's innocent, which makes him, like, you sympathize with Freddy then, which you can't really do. You're not supposed to sympathize with the killer.
Yeah. It's a shame that they redid those when there was that Friday redo and the Nightmare redo. Like, they didn't really... I enjoyed both of them.
So did I. I'm glad you do, because not a lot of people like them, and
I think it's a fresh take on something that got really goofy once upon a time. I mean, Freddy even already got rebooted before that.
Yeah.
Which is a great one. Another great one. New Nightmare is amazing.
I love New Nightmare. I'll get into that my Halloween Nightmare rankings, which is coming up. But I love New Nightmare, and I didn't mind people hate. I swear, people just hate on the remakes of anything just because everyone's like, not just the remakes, but like movies in general. Like, once word gets out that like people hate it, it's almost like people parrot each other, whether it's media publications or channels. It's like the outrage of how bad they think something is just spreads more so than even if it's good. Like, if it's something's really good, it could really spread, and people can kind of be like, oh, did you hear that was good? But when people are just like, oh my God, it was terrible, and it kind of feeds off of it, and the negativity sort of feeds, the thumbnails pop up on the line, and the pictures of like people being like, oh, this movie sucked, what the, and all of a sudden it's just like, that movie sucked. It's like, oh, what didn't you like about it? Oh, I didn't see it. Everyone says it sucked. It's like,
sure, yeah, yeah. So, yeah, I'm gonna say like I'm gonna say I enjoyed this more than I have in any other viewing before.
Good.
And that's probably because I'm not going to be watching 5 right after, or even really thinking about it.
Yeah. 5
just
stands. 5.
Yeah. So here's the thing. So it used to be big on H2O, and then so like in your reboot of the timelines, is it 10, 20, or 40? Like, which way? What's your 3?
Is
so H2O, Halloween 4, and 2018.
The
timeline changers.
The timeline changers. So was it? Is it
rank
4 H? That's a good idea. H2O. Oh, and you can even say zombies too.
You can, but like that's the only reason I'm not including it is because it's its own.
It's its own thing.
It's its own thing.
Okay. So you're saying
like the specific.
So H4,
like
H4, H2O, and 2018.
Yeah, the branches from 78.
I go with 2018 first because obviously that's my second favorite movie in the franchise. So yeah. I mean, I really enjoy that movie, and we could talk about that next week. Which, by the way, I haven't advertised it yet, but yes, next week, me, Joe, and Ed from River Horror. We're watching Halloween 2018 next week. So stay tuned for that.
Yep.
'Cause I love that movie. That'll be fun. But yeah, so 2018 first, Halloween 4 second, and H2O third.
Yeah, I mean I'm not surprised by that, but I just remember Once Upon a Time.
Oh yeah.
Pre 2018, it would have been because we saw Resurrection.
Yeah.
In theaters, so the follow up to H2O, and like we were all pumped because of how H2O was.
It was. I remember that's a case of like how like stuff can spread about a movie being bad.
I didn't think H2O was bad.
No, it wasn't, especially at the time. But I mean, this is the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
We were the hype for H2O was so big.
Yes, Jamie Lee Curtis was going to be
exactly, rightfully so.
Mm-hmm.
It's to me, H2O was Jamie Lee Curtis come back as Laurie Strode. They kind of were ignoring 4, 5, and 6. They were going right from 2, and it was like, oh, finally, we're getting back on track here. And it's our first Halloween movie since since 6. So it was like, this is going to be awesome. And it's like when it came out, it was good. It was solid, especially compared to some other movies at the time. It was like, okay, all right, whew, that was awesome. And then it was like, yeah. And then all of a sudden, it was just kind of like, after a while, you watch it over and over again. It's like, oh yeah, that's right.
It suffers from the same thing that this one does, where it's catching on to the popular trend in the mix there, whereas like this has that 80s slasher vibe to it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's an 80s slasher, which you're never gonna capture the original one.
Yeah, it is an 80s slasher, but an 80s slashers are there's the typical hokey.
But the H2O is the same thing, where it's I know what you did last Halloween. It runs into it's has like the vibe of one of the Wes Craven slashers.
Yeah.
And I can see that's why some you and Ed might love 2018 so much.
Yeah, it just
But I'll be on there, and anybody who doesn't know, I didn't like it. And so
there's some people
I'm about to watch it twice within a week.
Wow.
So
some people there's some people who don't like it, and there's majority people enjoy it, and a lot of it's the first like certified fresh, and when I say that, that's certified fresh. I'm a big fan of Rotten Tomatoes because it's not just one entity. It's just a combination of people. That's Mr. Kayaza. It's the music. Great to see you, Joe D. Yes, thank you. Always a pleasure, Mr. Kayaza. Thank you so much. John Carpenter is possibly the second best next to. Yes, I totally agree. But and we could talk about this another time, another day. But side note, a good debate is Wes Craven versus John Carpenter.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, I think John Carpenter's a little more original because he's done more things than just horror. I mean, like Escape from New York is so cool.
Big Trouble.
Like, yeah, he's done and I love vampires.
I love vampires so much.
Like,
love vampires.
He's done some really cool stuff.
Yeah.
So, in different areas.
I agree, Mr. Kayazo. That's exactly what I was about to say, too. The 80s slashers, to me, 80s slashers are like the neat, like just the, what was it, the Prowler and God, what was that one? The Burning. I haven't seen it yet, but I've seen clips of it. I know enough about it because I tried to watch it. I can't find it on Prime. Stuff like that. Those Sleepaway Camp, which is a very cool movie though. Cool. I love Sleepaway Camp. Slumber Party Massacre, movies like that where they just sort of there's no plot, the characters they have no depth, the story has no depth, and they're just kind of just getting killed off. They're getting naked and getting killed off, and it's just silly. That to me is like an 80s slasher, which is fine, and there's a place for that in the 80s, and there's a place for that in general, and cool. But this movie to me doesn't, at least to me, doesn't feel like an 80s slasher. It just feels like a solid attempt at sort of taking this franchise and sort of bringing it back to life a little bit, even though it wasn't perfect and there's some misfires. But for the most part, going from, I mean, it's been after H2 and then they tried to do H3, and after a while, I love H3, you love H3, but it's like it's been a while since we got a Michael movie, and they kind of come back, and have this was just like, okay, this is, to me, there wasn't really a lot of nudity in it. The characters were likable and had some depth to them a little bit. The writing was a little bit better. Dialogue, at least, so that's why I enjoy it so much. The Prowler, awesome. Mr. Kayaza loves the Prowler. I've seen parts of it. I've like on YouTube. I've been trying to track that one down, and The Burning is another one I want to see.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, I like Halloween 2018, as we all know. You don't like it. Some people don't like it, but the
Yeah.
majority of people like it. And Rotten Tomatoes, like I said, I don't like swear by Rotten Tomatoes. I believe that critics, not all of them, but critics generally know what they're talking about.
Well-
They understand how the basic concept of cinema usually works, as far as lighting, dialogue, pacing, tone, all that sort of stuff. They're not all right, but for the most part. And then
I'll see what RedRiverHorror.com's resident reviewer Stacey Lane Wilson has to say with her review, and that will be featured on Rotten Tomatoes
yes.
as well as RedRiverHorror.com.
What did she think of 2018? I can't remember.
I don't think I haven't discussed that with her. If Eddie was still on, he might be in bed. He might
Okay.
be going to
Yeah.
sleep soon. He would have a better idea.
I mean, all I'm saying is it's the first like certified fresh Rotten Tomato, like, you know, and not just that too. Metacritic's got a solid score too, and IMDb as well. It's the first like one since the original that actually had some depth and actually had like, I know you thought that Laurie Strode was like just a crazy woman in the woods, and I mean, you didn't see the really surrounding areas, but I mean, I just think it was a nice house, you know, on the outskirts of Haddonfield, and I think that she, as far as like all of her security, I thought it was not only cool.
Joey, don't waste everything.
I'm not going to waste it. I'm not going to waste it. But I'm not going to waste it. But
Doing an
all I'm saying
episode
is,
next
like,
week
I'm
next
gonna
week
save it
on
for-
this exact
I'm
topic.
going to save it for next week. But I like the fact that she did that, because to me it was also parallel to Michael and sort of being squared in. But my point is that that's why I like it so much. And as far as H4 over what was it? H2O.
H2O.
I like H2O to an extent. I think the plot was kind of thin, the characters were kind of thin. It didn't feel like fall or Halloween to me. And to me the biggest thing, like, you know, the music. Mr. Kayaz was saying with the music was so good. The music in that movie pisses me off. I actually watched it the other day because Melissa had on, and we were watching it, and I was like, this brings back memories, nostalgia-wise, but like, god damn it, this music is pissing me off. Everything from the scream cues, like the loud, rah, you know, thing that you hear, and the like the symphony sort of stuff. Like, I just was like, God, where's the Michael music? Where's the stingers? And where's the diddling? Where's like the, where's all that stuff? And it's nowhere to be found whatsoever.
It was the 90s.
I know, it makes me mad. Even Scream's in the movie. Scream 2 is on the screen when they're in the bedroom. That's how much Scream is in this movie. It's nuts. But do you like it? Do you like H2O? I can't remember.
I do.
Yeah, I like it too.
I do. I mean, if you talk, like, you know, for some reason my two favorite decades still are 70s and 90s for horror.
That's you don't like the 80s?
80s is fine. I'm just saying there, you know, most of my favorite stuff comes from, I guess some of it's from like early 80s. Basically, I think, you know, I think the cutoff's probably more like, I guess like 85 to 95. Like there's gems in there, but
There's
everything
early
after
80s.
that, there's even better.
Yeah. Wait. So you don't like the horror movies from the 80s? You like the horror movies from the 90s more so than the 80s?
Yeah.
Wow.
Believe it or not, yeah.
Interesting. See, I seem to think the 70s were great. The 80s had some gems, but overall, as like, I mean, we could talk about this another day too. We could have a whole episode about that, you know, live stream about
Joe,
that.
I'm planning on starting. I want to do a Kickstarter so I can start an anthology series based off of urban legends.
Oh, that'd be cool. That'd be
Yeah.
real cool.
Yeah. See,
That's very cool. Urban Legends was a cool movie, but just the fact of like you having a different one, that's cool.
you know, I mean, I still enjoy that. Just like, yeah.
I like.
I'm in.
I like to me, the 90s had more misses than hits. I didn't like. It had some hits, but to me, the 80s, even though as a whole maybe didn't have a whole lot, but like, there are so many good ones in the 80s. You know, Nightmare, and you know, Friday, and there's a bunch. I can go through the whole list. We can eventually go through the whole list one day. But to me, the 70s were great. 80s was solid.
Yeah, I mean,
The 90s were okay, but I would actually argue, and then we don't have to go into the worst decade had to be the 2000 to 2010. But the past decade and this past 2 years, have been the past 12 years have been. I know I'll probably get a lot of crap for this, but I've really enjoyed the horror movies the past, like, last decade and this decade so far. It's only been 2 years, but I really like the past 2 decades. No, I'm sorry, past decade. I think we've
Yeah.
had some really solid horror movies, and they're getting smarter, and they're getting more complex, and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, there's always like some gems in there, but I mean, 90s was like, my time getting into movies on my own. So,
Exactly, yeah.
that's, and then the stuff that's in there, you got Candyman,
Yeah.
another a gem that me and Eddie talk about. We have like briefly talked about on the podcast. People forget about Wishmaster.
Oh yeah, I want to
Um,
revisit that one again.
The Dentist.
Huh. I haven't seen that one.
I mean, that's it just makes you shudder because of the teeth, stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, Screams. I Know What You
Those games
Did.
are- yeah.
Urban.
Legend. What
Uh,
was the one? God.
Halloween 6.
Yeah, that counts. That counts.
H2O.
What? Blair Witch Project.
Blair Witch.
What was the one you mentioned? You said what was the one before the dentist that you mentioned?
Wishmaster.
Yeah, I have to watch that one. I've been
You
wanting-
do?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I saw it long time ago, but it's been so long since I've seen it.
Yeah. And when it comes to the 80s, I'll give you a good example of like just where I'm probably different from other people is like 81 is the original Evil Dead, which is one of my all-time favorites. And then, go 6 years later and you have Evil Dead 2, which is basically the remake of the Evil Dead, but they stamped 2 on it and it's, super goofy and
Yeah.
basically what the Ash character, which is, it's all good. I mean, I still enjoy it, but
Yeah, I love the Evil Dead 2. I like Evil Dead 1 for how scary it is. I like Evil Dead 2 because it just got batshit crazy.
yeah.
But I like both. They're two, to me, like two similar movies, but two also very
Yeah.
just unique movies in their own right.
So there's a good, 70s and 80s horror. So
Yeah, Elizabeth.
Yeah.
Elizabeth is always commenting on videos. She's always there, so she's always supporting every video. So I love Melissa. Thank you. I love Elizabeth. I'm sorry, Elizabeth. Thank you.
Well, I mean, it's great taste. It's good to, a lot of good stuff in there. And then what I'm picking up from this, compared to most things that have come out in the 2000s, is just how quick it is to the point. It's only an 84-minute runtime, and that's including credits.
Yeah.
Like, you don't need a 2-hour horror movie.
No. That's why I like
You know-
Host so much.
Yeah, there's just so much fluff that really doesn't need to be there. And I think maybe that's another thing that might have taken away from 2018 for me, because their runtime's a little over 100 minutes,
Yeah.
which is still short in comparison to some other stuff out there.
Do you think horror movies work better as like a? And I want to actually do a whole live stream on this topic one of these days. But do you think a horror movie works better as a series, which I was against back in the day? Like, I mean, when I mean series, I mean like a Netflix series, 1 hour episodes if you want to, 45 minutes, whatever. And like, to me, like the way Flanagan does his stuff, because to me that I'm afraid. This is what I want to talk about. Have a live stream one of these days. I'm afraid that like the whole idea of a series and putting stuff streaming and have people binge watch stuff is a bigger threat to movies and movies like at the movie theater than
Sure.
anything else. Lately, like everybody's doing series as stuff instead of movies.
Well, that's a fact. I mean, that's why you have a lot of those streaming platforms like this. They wanted, like, a lot of the distributions have wanted to do same day on demand as theaters for a long time.
Yeah.
And it was pretty hard to negotiate. And then due to the, as I refer to it as the pandy, now like it forced their hands. And that's why, we're getting you're getting Halloween Kills on Peacock.
Yeah.
Same time as the release.
I have mixed feelings on it because I want to see it. I got tickets to see it in the theater, but I'm also going to watch it on
Exactly. And like I just said about this one, it's like maybe one thing I didn't like, that I didn't appreciate the first few times I saw it. One, I was young, and it's like, okay, blah blah blah, it's not the same, but also it definitely has that vibe where it's like, this is better in theaters. This
Yeah.
is better in a dark room with, loud sound system,
Yeah.
big screen that really captured the lighting.
Yep. I
That
get,
that was made for watching in a movie theater.
I
Like,
got,
of course, all of them, most of them are,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
you know what I mean.
yeah. I got tickets to see. I remember because I got tickets at the Dolby Theater in AMC, and I didn't know what Dolby was. I remember when the Rise of Skywalker came out. Now we could talk about that movie another day, and I think it was as bad as people say, but it also wasn't great. But when we always go see movies at IMAX, and when that movie came out, the IMAX tickets were sold out, and I couldn't get seats, and I was so pissed. And I got the Dolby tickets at the AMC near me, and I was like, all right, I'll just get them at Dolby. I guess it has better sound. I don't know, probably, whatever. So I just didn't think anything of it.
Sure.
And then we go to the theater, and then we walk in, and the Dolby theater has, like, first of all, it's only certain theaters have it at AMC. Not all the AMCs have it. You walk into the aisle to get to the theater, and it's like the walls are all lined up with like this like digital stuff. Stuff's moving. People are on screen. I'm like, the hell, this is cool. Get in there. The screen, although it's not IMAX, but it is big. The sound is insane. My dude.
Well, it's called Dolby. That would be the first thing that would come to mind. Be like, what is this? An enhanced sound system?
My seats, our seats were moving. They were vibrating, and like you could hear things go from left to right behind you, all around. Things were bouncing off. I was like, oh my god, this is awesome.
Yeah.
To this day, watching the Rise of Skywalker, even though it didn't have the crowd to see not Phantom Menace, the Force Awakens and the Last Jedi, the crowd was just insane there. And the Rise of Skywalker still had it, but it didn't have the same crowd as those 2 days. Seeing that movie with that theater, like as far as like visual and audio, like that was the best experience I've ever had. So I can't wait to see Halloween with the Dolby Theater. So it's going to be really cool. So if you ever get a chance to go to one, I think the closest one to you is in Cherry Hill, New Jersey.
I'm not going to Cherry Hill for that.
I know, but if you get a chance one of these days, if you're near a theater that has Dolby at the AMC theater, go go see it. It's awesome.
Nah, Oaks probably has that. I won't be surprised.
Oh yeah.
Well, they have like 1 million screens.
Oh wow.
They have like 20 something screens. It's big. But yeah. Other than that, I'll have to tell you. I mean, if you want that that immersive experience, pay attention to some of the upcoming episodes of the Red River Horror Podcast, because I took part in it's the Philadelphia Fringe Arts Festival going on right now. And I took part in an immersive horror experience, which is
Did you really?
30-minute experience where I pretty much experienced the scene from a horror film. And I will go into detail in a upcoming episode. It's one of the most heart-pounding experiences of my entire life.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's incredible. And hopefully we can get the some of the creative behind it to talk about it.
And
too.
where was this at?
So just to give you a hint, they reached out to us if we wanted to try it. I was available, and I got my email, and it was telling me, it's just like, okay, here's your ticket. You will be notified of where to meet 24 hours before. So
It's not like an extreme haunt thing, is it?
Not quite.
Huh, okay.
But it was like the night before I was going, I got a message with the address on where to meet the person.
Wow. Okay.
And it was just like, you're going to meet this woman. She's wearing a red mask.
Wow.
And that's how it starts. Yeah.
That's
whew. Yeah. So the group's called Spectra Pulse.
Okay.
You might have saw me post about it last week.
Yeah.
In my story, but yeah, it was a hell of a ride. So
that's interesting.
Yeah.
All right. I can't wait to hear the episode, because now I'm really intrigued. Last thing before we go to two things. Elizabeth said that I don't know if you watched Midnight Mass yet, but so he's been working job with some of this here. Yeah, but true. He did do Haunting of Hill House, which I love Haunting of Hill House, but he didn't do. He produced Blind Manor, but he didn't do Blind Manor. Blind Manor was a little weak. On
It's
the
very
weaker side.
different because you're expecting something like Hill House, but I agree with Elizabeth. I think a lot of streaming shows run into this issue where they stretch it out to too many episodes, where it's like you could cut 2 or 3,
Yeah.
like 4 even. Why? Let's go for quality over quantity rather
Yeah.
than meeting a certain episode quota. It'll be fine.
It does improve over the like. I love Supernatural. The show Supernatural. If you're a horror fan and you like horror, action, goofy stuff, Supernatural is such a cool show. But they had like 20 episodes, 27 episodes a year, and sometimes it was like, Jesus Christ.
Well, it was on CW.
Yeah.
So I mean, they have to meet that schedule.
Yeah, that's true. Two things got Mr. Kayaza, first time ever. Thank you, Mr. Kayaza.
Thank you,
Thank
Mr.
you so
Kayaza.
much. Yeah, that's awesome. I love you too. Again, yes, his legacy depends on that. I remember that was our first experience with horror was Mr. Kayazo and his the basement of treasures on the posters on the wall, and it was so cool. Got a golden tree, everything.
Yeah,
and then go ahead.
Wow, that's who got me into the genre.
Thank you, Mr. Kayazo.
Yeah, love you too, man.
Yes, Harley Bliss. Harley, thank you for showing up. I appreciate it. What's up?
What's
up? Strong supporter of the channel ever since probably the beginning, early days. So
hell yeah,
thank you, Harley. And go visit her channel too. He has a channel too. She has a channel too. So they have a bunch of stuff on there. You know,
cool.
So there's so much different stuff he's into. So I'm sure you can have fun with that. And check out Red River Horror's channel as well. They have all their podcasts on there, and your guys are gonna start putting your reviews on there some way, right? I think.
We're gonna have like the more streaming and more video coming as the time in
Thanks,
time.
Mark.
Working on it. So
I remember you guys talking about it, and you guys were asking me about how to put the videos up. So I know you guys are working on putting more stuff on there. So have a good night too, Mark. Thank you for stopping by, Mark. Thanks, Mark and Harley and Mr. Kayazo and everybody for stopping by. Even if you didn't comment, thanks for stopping by.
No, this was a lot of fun,
Elizabeth.
Joe. Should do it again next week, huh?
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. I always wanted to, exactly, right? I always wanted to do this and just sort of watch a movie and live stream it together with you guys, because we used to do this back in the day all the time. We used to watch movies. Yeah, yes, in person. So the fact that we can do this now is really cool.
For sure.
Anything you want to plug before you go?
No, check me out. You can follow me on Twitter at Red River Joe. You can find us on Instagram, Red River Horror. You can check us out, redriverhorror.com. The Red River Horror Podcast is available on all podcasting platforms, and we get some really interesting guests, so it's pretty cool. We've been really, really fortunate. If you ever heard it, Jeffrey Reddick was on the show. He's the writer of Final Destination.
Oh yeah, I remember seeing that.
So he was on, and he has an incredible story of how he got into the movie business.
Oh.
Yeah. So
okay.
And it's tough because that was one of our tougher episodes to record. So there was like some technical issues. So some of it's a little choppy, but we're gonna try and get him back, and we'll just have him tell it again. He's a super nice guy. So.
That's awesome. I have to check that one out because it's so hard for me. Like I listened to a couple episodes, and just like anything else, even the YouTube channels I follow, like it's like trying to keep up with them and do the create content for like the podcast or like my channel, and it's just like it's tough to keep up on. So I definitely want to check that one out.
And if anybody else if you're still watching, if you do use Twitter, I mean, we do hashtag games where it's like we have hashtag Tony Todd Tuesday. If you participate, you are 90% likely to get retweeted by the man himself. Also super friendly. He participates in it too. We have a good time.
Awesome.
And we have Women in Horror Wednesday, which we have a Brooke Lewis, who she's in a bunch of horror movies and is also from the Philly area.
Oh, sweet.
So she jumps in on that. We have a good time.
Awesome. Mr. Kayazo, is that a reference to... I don't know. Is that a reference to Birdemic, the movie Birdemic? I wonder if that is. There's a terrible movie by the name of Birdemic, which the Riff Tracks guys, but if you don't know, Riff Tracks is like Mystery Science Theater 3000, but like it's Mike and Kevin and Nelson and oh damn it, what's the other guy's name? I can't remember his name. He's gonna kill me now because I'm a huge fan of Mystery Science Theater. Anyway, they did a movie called Birdemic. It is one of the, it is so awful. It's not good. And there's a guy about in there who's yeah, he sells solar panels and he does a whole presentation on solar panels, but he doesn't enunciate. So he just says he says solar panels over and over again. He goes solar panels, solar panels, solar panels.
I don't
Over
think
and
that's
again.
the reference, Joe.
I
He
swear
actually
to
has
God.
solar panels on his house.
That's awesome. Well, if you're watching this right now or anytime in the future and you've seen Birdemic, you know exactly what I'm talking about because that movie is hysterical and the solar panel reference would have been epic because go watch Riff Tracks
Very,
live.
very literal
Birdemic.
question.
Oh my God. No, movie reference. I only speak in movie references.
I know
movie
that.
clips. I only do. People ask me like, how do you put all these video clips on there for? Not everybody, but some people ask like what's with the video clips? I'm like, that's literally how I talk.
Yeah.
I talk in movie quotes and movie references. Sorry, I'm just how God made me.
Yeah. What are you gonna do? Special guy.
Yeah, right. I'm special. All right, let's wrap this up, and then so you heard how Joe give his spiel, tell everything there. Check out joe.riverhorror.com and the podcast, and stay tuned for next week. We do Halloween 2018 live stream with Ed and Joe.
Yeah,
Both.
I mean, and if I'm not enjoying it that time around, feel free to jump on and just let me have it.
Yes,
I'm game.
Yes. And also, Nightmare on Elm Street Ranked should be up this week or probably Monday at the latest. That was a fun one. That's going to be. We're in the process of editing it now, and yeah, it's going to be fun.
Nice.
Yeah. So, all right.
All right.
Take care, and we will see you then, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks, Joe.
Say it, Joe. Thanks.